Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. And I'm just making this vlog because today I was able to complete Amira's birth registration here in Saudi Arabia. Yan. So since Amira was born last November 22 here in Saudi, syempre kailangan namin siyang register through the Philippine government, through the embassy and as well as the Ministry of Civil Affairs here in Saudi Arabia. So I'll just gonna give you the quick steps or the ways on how you can get your newborn child registered here in Saudi Arabia. So first, number one, when your baby has been born or on the same day, I mean, when, for example, my daughter was born in Al Muwasat Jubail. So the same day, November 22, once the baby is out, I just went to the registrar of the hospital and I gave my ikama and my wife's ikama, which is the resident ID. And then after 3 days, they will give you like a paper saying your name, your ikama number, the baby's name. You have to write it up correctly, capitalize it as much as possible, because first they gave you like an Arabic text, so it's quite difficult. I had one of my friends translate it for me, and then once you have this document, you have to go to the Ministry of Civil Affairs, wherein you will have to register your daughter's birth certificate. So once you finish your registration there, they will give you something like a paycheck. It's like how do you say this one? It's a paycheck style of birth certificate. It's like this. Yan. You have this pink stuff because I'm very obsessive compulsive. So once you have this document, you now have to go to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Saudi Arabia. And then once you go there, you just have to pay the authentication fee, which is 30 riyals. And for both civil affairs and for the MOFA, you have to set an appointment online. And once you have done that, you will get a stamp. So remember guys, when you go to the MOFA or the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Saudi Arabia, you are not allowed to bring your own mobile phone inside. So you have to keep it in your car. So once those steps are done, the next step is to get a birth registration to your local embassy. So for example, for us, we are living here in Al Jubail, is Eastern Province, and the Philippine embassy is in Riyadh. We cannot travel, of course, because of Corona. There's a big opportunity, which is the Embassy on Wheels, which is very, very efficient. I like it. That's my first time to use it. So you have to first set an appointment, which you have to go to the dfa.pe.riyadh, something like this. I'll post the link of the website on the comment section or in the description, so you can just follow through. And then once that is done, you have to go to your appointment. You need to prepare the following. So first, you have to download the documentation, which is it's a form, Philippine form, wherein you put in your baby's name, date of birth, time of birth, your wife's details, your details as a father, and then basically it's just the details from the passport, the birth date, the year of birth, and then once that is, sorry, I just passed through the checkpoint, so I'm not allowed to speak. Okay, so once that is done, again, let's repeat the 4 procedures to get the Philippine registration. Number 1, you have to fill up the form, which is downloadable as well on the link. You have to fill up your wife's details, the husband's details, and everything you have to fill up there. It's very straightforward. and you have to print 4 copies of it, and then you have to have your copy of the birth certificate of the baby, the Czech style, and you have to have it translated. So you can go to your local translation office in your town, and you have to pay like 50 reals. I paid 50 reals. I think he overcharged me, but what to do? And then you have to produce 4 copies as well of that. So the translation and then the birth certificate. Then once that is done, you have to have your DFA the DFA certified marriage certificate, which is NSO certified or Philippine Registry Agency certified, and you have to have 4 copies of that as well. And then last step, you have to have your wife's passport data profile, as well as your, as a husband, data profile, and you have to print 4 copies as well. And to make your life easier, because what I did was I put everything in. For example, wedding certificate with DFA, 1 clip. Passport of my wife, 1 clip. My passport, 1 clip. Birth certificate, 1 clip. Form, 1 clip. So to make your life easy, what you have to do is you just first take the form, birth certificate of the baby and the translation, DFA certified notification of birth, wedding certificate, passport of the husband, passport of the wife, stapler it. So you have to do it, you have to exactly have 4 copies. And then you have to now schedule your appointment on the Embassy on Wheels. And I think if you have a baby in Riyadh, maybe you don't have to do an appointment. So when you have your appointment, for example, in the Embassy of Wheels in Saudi Arabia is now, for the Eastern Province, is in Raqqa, which is the VFS Global Application Center. It's near, opposite of SAAB Bank. You have to go there 15 minutes before the time of appointment. So let's say your appointment is 11. I think better go there 30 minutes before, because they're letting you in already. And after that, you just first, there's a lady who checks the papers first. And once that is done, she will give you to the cashier and you have to pay 100 riyals. Then once that is done, you just have to wait. And then once you wait, after maybe 30 minutes or 1 hour, you will get the certificate. Well, actually, the form that you filled up on the first time, this form that you can download, they will just put a stamp on it, like Philippine Embassy stamp and the signature of the consul. And that's it. So for my little girl, our next procedure is to basically apply for a passport. So yeah, I have to apply for a passport. That's the next thing, so that we can have her ikama and her local insurance. One thing, if you will go to the embassy, or to this how do you say this one, to this Embassy on Wheels, there are some group of Filipinos, like a local group. I just saw their name. It's like Kasangga, and basically they are helping fellow Filipinos. Like for example, outside the VFS center, there is like a photocopy area set up by the Filipinos, and there's a laptop there. And I just don't know if you have to pay. Maybe you pay, maybe you don't. I don't know. If you don't have enough papers. And next thing, I've seen that most of the people who registered their baby's registration is that they bring the wife and the baby. And in my case, I did not brought them with me, because in the website of the DFA, it does not mention that you have to bring the baby and the wife. You already have the certificate, which is with MOFA, civil affairs certificate. So you already have all those details. And by the way, you have to bring all the original papers, because I think there are 2 kabayans who didn't bring the DFA certificate of their marriage, and they were not able to register their daughter. Okay, so that's it. It's very nice to see some Filipinos helping another Filipino, especially for this case. You only have to pay 100 reals, bring the exact amount. And what else? For those who want to apply for passport renewal on Embassy on Wheels, you have to go through VFS appointment online. They do not entertain the same paper that you get from the embassy. I mean from, the DFA of Riyadh registration. Actually, it clearly says there that no processing of renewal of passport. Bring some chocolates, bring some water. Don't bring pointy objects, of course, when you go to the VFS. This is still Saudi Arabia. And have your lunch. That's it. So, I hope my video is very helpful for you guys. And I'm just very happy because I didn't bring my family with me going to that center, exposing them to a lot of people. You just have to talk, formally talk to these people that you don't have to have your baby with you because Corona, baby is very young, cold weather. Just put some drama and just ask them nicely, because for me, I was asked, I think 4 times. First, the Kasangga people, they were telling me why you didn't bring your wife and kid. I just told them it's not in the requirements. It's clearly not in the requirements. And then when I was about to enter, the girl wearing green who's facilitating the entry of people, she asked me as well, and I told her I came from Jubail. I cannot go back to Jubail and bring my family, and you have Corona and all these things. Then once I enter again, another guy who's checking the appointment asked me if where's my wife and daughter, and I just told them the same thing. And then once the girl was checking the paper on the second floor, asked me the same thing. I have to say the same thing. So maybe I'm just blessed today that I didn't have to go through all those stuff. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed and I hope you learned something from this video. And yes, I am driving, but I am driving responsibly. Okay, thanks guys. Bye.